to have it investigated. It should be prepared to back it with evidence, for I will have it investigated. I will have it investigated. So far, every single alleged act of corruption leveled against any of my appointees has been investigated by independent bodies and it's backed by Parliament itself and the findings made public. From the allegations against the Minister Designate for Energy at his parliamentary confirmation hearings, to that against the CEO of BOSS, to those against the 2 Deputy Chiefs of Staff, to the conflict of interest allegations against the Minister for Finance, and most recently to the claims of extortion against the Trade and Industry Minister. They have all been investigated, and no evidence has been adduced to suggest any act of corruption, conflict of interest, or wrongdoing.
Honorable members,
it appears, however, Mr. Speaker, that some are determined to stick to their politically motivated view that there has been corruption. This surely is not helpful. It is important to note that in my first year of office, despite having a clear parliamentary majority, 2 separate bipartisan probes in Parliament have been established to inquire into allegations of corruption as against 0 in recent years, notwithstanding the persistent calls by the then minority over several allegations. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect, and in the words of the articulate Minister for Information, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, no matter how long a log stays underwater, it will never become a crocodile. Speaker, let me repeat it for the benefit of my friends in the minority. No matter how long a log stays underwater, it will never become a crocodile.
Order.
Mr. Speaker,
honorable members, order.
There was great relief around the country when the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea found in our favor in the maritime boundary dispute with Côte d'Ivoire, a dispute which was litigated by successive governments in the national interest, the last lap being run by the able Attorney General Gloria Akufo. In our celebrations, we did not forget that good neighborliness is the hallmark of our foreign policy. And I'm glad to state that our good relations with Côte d'Ivoire have not been affected in any way by the resolution of the dispute. Indeed, Côte d'Ivoire's renowned president, His Excellency Monsieur Alassane Ouattara, at my invitation, has paid us a memorable official visit after the ruling to underline his country's determination to maintain, if not deepen, its good relations with our own. In fact, as you may remember, he and I signed on that occasion l'accord stratégique de partenariat, a strategic partnership agreement for those who find French difficult, to emphasize the enhanced relationship we both seek for our 2 neighboring countries. Another obvious, immediate benefit from the sensible reaction of both sides to the outcome of the dispute is the subsequent agreement by ExxonMobil, the world's largest publicly traded oil and gas company, to explore and develop with us potentially oil-rich oil blocks that were affected by the area in dispute. Mr. Speaker, much as we all recognize the importance of exploiting the offshore hydrocarbon resources of our nation, I think it equally critical for us not to ignore the possibilities of our onshore deposits, especially in the Voltaigne Basin. So last year, I directed our state-owned oil development company, the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, to pay particular attention to this potential. It is good to hear that directive appears to be yielding dividends, as GNPC, from the results of its pilot survey in the Voltaigne Basin, has established the presence of a working petroleum system. I hope that eventually there will be something big for us to cheer about. Mr. Speaker, this year we'll continue the process of passing the legislative instruments of the National Youth and Sports Act, pursue the enactment of the draft National Sports College Bill, and create a sports fund to improve sports development in the country. Government also remains committed to the development of football in the country. We have begun the rehabilitation of the Accra Sports Stadium, otherwise known as the Ohinijan Sports Stadium. And in partnership with the Inner City and Zongo Development Ministry and the Ghana Football Association, we are constructing a number of football pitches in the Zongos and across the country to aid in the revival of schools football, which has been responsible for the production of talents like Abedi Pele and Tony Yeboah. We need to cast the talents at a young age if Ghanaian football is to continue with its traditions of excellence and perform well on the national and international stage. Mr. Speaker, we in Ghana are proud members of regional, continental, and global communities. Since my inauguration, I've been active with the help of the eloquent Foreign Minister, Honorable Shirley Ayoko-Botche, MP for Anyaso Ucho, in keeping up and promoting the historical role of Ghana within these communities, a role of independent sovereign action in the supreme interest of the Ghanaian and African peoples. I've traveled around our neighborhood and beyond, and I'm glad to report that the Black Star is shining. It is the reason for the unprecedented numbers of world leaders, African, Asian, and European, who have thronged our shores this past year and enjoyed our renowned Ghanaian hospitality. It explains the warmth with which I am greeted wherever I go in the world. Mr. Speaker, a country's image turns on the most unlikely things and events. It could be because of the exploits of a football team like Brazil. It could be because of the exploits of one athlete like Frankie Fredericks from Namibia or Maria Mutola from Mozambique. It could be because of a high life connoisseur like E.T. Mensah for Ghana, a singer-trumpeter like Hugh Masekela for South Africa. The image of a country can be made forever because of a William Shakespeare, or an Anton Chekhov, or a Chinua Achebe, or an Aikwe Amma. The image could hang simply on a Mona Lisa painting of a David Ajayi-inspired structure. I'm therefore very much aware that we have to create the space and atmosphere for our artists and creatives, and we shall support them. The foundations for the passing of the Creative Arts Bill have been laid, and ultimately, processes for the setting up of the Creative Arts Fund will be completed to enable our creative artists to access funds to boost their art. To speak, as we make progress in our undertakings, more and more people will come to Ghana to find out things for themselves, to conduct business, and increasingly, simply as tourists, to experience our country and enjoy themselves. I'm happy to report that we have now recognized the need to go further than our reputation for being hospitable. We're building a Ghana where tourists will feel at home, and we shall feel proud when they say, "I was in Ghana." On December 15, 2017, I joined the chiefs and people of Osu and Bese to cut the sword for the 241-acre Accra Marine Drive project. This project, during construction and upon completion, will generate thousands of jobs for the local community and across the value chain, and position Ghana as a key tourism destination. Mr. Speaker, I have an apology to make to the House. I promised last year we would endeavor to pass into law the Affirmative Action Bill. This did not happen. My commitment to the promotion of the advancement of women is without question. Women constitute the majority of the population, and our success or otherwise as a nation will be measured by how well women are doing. The bill will definitely come to Parliament this meeting. In the meantime, I'll throw my full weight behind the He for She campaign and the Gender and Development Initiative for Africa, an initiative stemming from my position as the African Union's gender champion. I urge all Ghanaian males to join together in giving Ghanaian females the dignity they deserve, as tenaciously promoted by the polyglot Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Otiko Afisa Jaba. I further entreat all of us, men and female, to support the implementation of the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which have been incorporated into government's coordinated program of economic and social development policies, which was laid before the House on 13th November 2017, and the execution of which will ensure that no Ghanaian is left behind. Mr. Speaker, on 7th January, the Fourth Republic attained 25 years of age, its silver jubilee. It has proved to be the most enduring and most successful of the four republics of our history. Its constitution has enabled us to establish our state on sound democratic principles, on the basis of the separation of powers, the rule of law, and respect for human rights. It has witnessed 3 peaceful transitions through the ballot box from one democratically elected government of one party to another of another party. It has promoted our nation as a beacon of stability and a model of democratic engagement on the African continent. It was to celebrate this collective achievement of the Ghanaian people and the unity of the Ghanaian nation that I organized on that day an interfaith religious ceremony of thanksgiving to Almighty God, graced by the presence of my 3 predecessors, Their Excellencies, the first, second, and fourth presidents of the Fourth Republic, Jerry John Rawlings, John Ajekunkufo, and John Dramani Mahama. I thank them for their contribution to the service, and thank all the eminent clergy of both the Christian and Islamic persuasions who conducted and participated in the solemn, moving ceremony. Long may the Fourth Republic flourish. Mr. Speaker, our nation is on the right path. We will build a Ghana beyond aid. I thank you very much for your attention. May God bless us all, our parliament and our nation Ghana, and make her great and strong.
Congratulations, Excellency. Order. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Honorable members, in accordance with Standing Order 58, I wish to convey to His Excellency the President the gratitude of this Honorable House for his brilliant rendition. I seize this opportunity to express our appreciation to the Ghana Armed Forces, the various security agencies, and our internal security for their services which have ensured the smooth success of this function. Honorable members, again, in accordance with our practice, a formal communication will be sent to His Excellency the President after the House has debated this message. Honorable members, we appreciate His Excellency for the service rendered. Thank you. Honorable Majority Leader, at this stage, any indication?
Speaker, to borrow a line from one of the most prolific high life artists, Akufo Addo of blessed memory, time changes. Yes, Speaker. So today we're here that our colleagues would now remember a line in our national anthem. Help us to resist oppressors' rule. Mr. Speaker, I'm into that. But this country has not only witnessed, but we have lived under oppression, suppression, subjugation, and indeed pulverization. In the lighter vein, indeed in the lighter vein, if the oppressor is being oppressed, there can only be joy in the higher heavens. That indeed is in the lighter vein. Mr. Speaker, of course, not to be missed today is the inundation of the chamber by mourning clothes. And of course, the accompanying dirges. Mr. Speaker, the people of Ghana remember that is only a year ago that my colleagues went into mourning. Mr. Speaker, I'll play that. Having listened to the President, we adjourn in order to recompose ourselves, but will not miss the occasion to join our colleagues in the morning. It's only 1 year ago. Yes, because we do know that the tears of the minority will not be enough to ferry them to the greater beyond. So we will join them and shed profuse tears. The Speaker, having said so, and as I said, that is supposed to be in the lighter vein. Having said so, Mr. Speaker, having listened to the President, I will beg to move that this House takes adjournment until tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. The Speaker, I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, what an important day and important occasion in the life of our strong and evolving constitutional democracy. I was touched by the presence, humor of ever of November, and I hope generously the Honorable Abeje will translate it for the record of the Hansard of that important message, Mr. President, you wanted to convey. Mr. President, we have heard you on your state of promises. And Mr. President, we have heard you that at least soul sourcing is still lawful in Ghana. And Mr. President, we have heard you that Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, the Eastern Corridor route and the Bolga-Tanga-Boku road, if contractors are paid and not given razor cards or renegotiations, they will be completed on time. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, you ended on a good note of a proverb. The Honorable ABF is saying, I won't pay royalties. When you see a frog come out of a deep hole, its assister is with it in the hole bringing it out. We will assist you out of the deep hole. But we appreciate this. I don't intend to provoke the debate. The fidelity and candidness of what Mr. President have done, how I wish he had arrived on a Takoradi Paga train as he promised in 1 factory, 1 district. On that notion, I second the motion for adjournment.
Honorable members, the motion for adjournment has been moved and seconded. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no.
Mr. Speaker, we want to wipe.
Order. Order. The ayes have it. This Honorable House stands adjourned till tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the phone room. Thank you very much, Honorable members.
Come on.